Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tutorial on Wheels. And in this episode, I am going to do some rolling stocks, so you can consider it as a special edition episode. First of all, I am going to make a caboose. The caboose served as team space, sometimes it was also used for brake operation, and they served as a kind of service car. They could be found at the back or the front of a train carriage. The second thing is going to be a tree transporter. I think it is very straightforward. I will use these rolling stocks to transport trees from my lumberyard to my base. The third one is going to be a rock or pebble transporter. It is really great to transport rocks, ores, and anything else that fits in this carriage. And the plus one is going to be another ore or rock transporter for my mining car. As you can see, it is really small, so it will fit perfectly to the mining locomotive that I have done in the previous episodes. So let's get the rolling stock started. So for the caboose, I have collected every items that will be needed. You can pause the video anytime to get all the items correctly. And for the bogies, I am going to use the double axles and the freight. I'm gonna place one, I'm gonna count down 1, 2, 3 and place another one. And I'm going to fill out the spaces with stacked deep slate bricks, just like this, and I'm going to replace the middle one with basin. I'm going to dig down with one block and I'm going to place a copycat slab on the bottom of the basin on both sides. And I'm gonna give it a gray locomotive smokebox texture facing down. I'm gonna place a half panel here and another smokebox texture facing down. Oh, and the bottom one should face up. There we go. Put half panels all the way along these stacked deep slate bricks. And I'm going to place buffer headstocks like this. They have to be on the bottom side of the block. And gonna place screwing coupler on the top of the block. I'm gonna place the texture of gray / locometal, and I'm going to place catwalk railings on the front and on the back. Right now I will place 3 display boards on both sides, like this. Now it's time to make the walls. I will place the panels like this. I will place half panels like this. I will place a panel on the back, in the middle, and on the front. Sorry, I have to go back with one on each side. I'm gonna place a trapdoor like this and another one like this. I'm gonna place a half panel like this and like this just to have some shades. 3 additional panels like this and same thing on the other side. I'm gonna place oak logs like this here as well. I'm gonna place spruce plank beams for the shades and everything else is gonna be spruce trim. Right now I'm gonna make the roof. It should be like this. I should place a copycat stair like this, then a copycat slab like this, another slab on top, same thing on the other side, same thing on the other side, and now it's time to texture it. I'm gonna use this kind of pattern just to have like a little bit of shading on the roof. Right now I'm going to make the top layer of the roof steps like this. Copycat bites on the ends, actual blocks here and here, slabs here, and slab on top. I'm gonna use the steps just to extend the roofs, and I'm going to just texture them all the way along, like this. I'm gonna place classic spruce trapdoor to the inside of these small spaces just to make them look like they are small windows. And I'm going to place panels here just to make the front and the back of the caboose, like so. I'm gonna use trim and oak log, and I'm gonna use spruce barn glass doors, like this. I will place leathers on the front and the back. I'm gonna texture them with / locometal, and I'm going to place vertical slices on the corners just to make it look like it has a trim. For sure, you can also name your train like I did for the NYC 999. I'm going to call it Azu double space rails, and all I have to do is just give some power to these display boards and just click down like that. I should leave out the spaces like this. And now it's time to move on to the next one. You can find the ingredients for this train again. And here I have to use the double axles again and the freight. I have to count down 9 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and place the second one here. I have to make the base of this rolling stock like this. I have to follow this pattern on top of both bogies. I will need upside down stairs like this and the basin like this. I'm going to texture the upside down stairs with these stacked deep slate bricks and do the same thing on all four sides. I'm gonna place copycat flute pipes like this on the inner side of both upside down stairs, texture them with gray/locomotives, and put brackets on them. In the middle, I will place 3 display boards like this. I'm going to place half panels on the bottom side of the display boards, and I'm going to place a full panel on both sides. I'm gonna place half panels all the way until it hits the basin on this side as well, and I'm going to texture it with the stacked deep slate block. Right now I'm going to place down ladders with sanded deep slate blocks, and I am going to place buffers on the top and screw-link couplers as well. Texture them with the stacked deep slate. I will place a panel like this, like that. I will place temporary blocks to put the panels like this and like that. Texture them with stacked deep slate bricks. Put panels like this again on both sides. And I will do the same thing on the back, like this. I'm going to place these half panels on top of the flute pipes like this. And the same thing on the other side. Do the same thing on the front as well. And I am just going to place catwalk railings all the way, and I'm going to place one here as well, and here. I'm going to place copycat bites on top of these pillars like so. I'm going to texture the pillar with vertical cut deep slates just to, you know, have this pillar look, that vertical look. And I'm going to place thick inlay deep slate for these endings. At this point, it only depends on you what you would like to transport with it. You can place tanks on top, you can place trees like I did. It really depends on you, and I would really love to leave it up to you, because since it's a creative game, it's always up to you how you are going to make your carriages and how you're going to make your world. But for sure, if you want to make it as a tree transporter, I always use ladders and train rails just to make it look like it's held down with some ropes and stuff. But this is pretty much it, so I can't wait to make the third one. Oh, and for sure, I've placed down the display board so you can always display your names on it, just like I did with the Caboose. For the rock transporter, you can find all the ingredients. Feel free to pause anytime. And guess what? I am going to use the freight bogies here as well. I'm going to count down 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place the next one again, and I'm gonna use the stacked deep slate again, just like this. I'm gonna place upside down stairs like so on both sides, texture them with the same deep slate brick. I'm gonna place a basin here and the basin here. You can see there are 5 blocks, but I only need 3, and place flute pipes like this. I'm gonna texture it with gray/locomotive and put brackets on both pipes like this. I'm going to place ladders on the ends and the front, and I'm gonna place copycat steps like this. 3 on the top side and 3 on the bottom side. Texture them, texture the ladders as well. The same concept, 2 buffers on both sides and coupler links in the middle. These things are mainly the same because, you know, I want to just have them to be pretty similar because I'm going to use them in the same railway system, so it has to be compatible with each other. I'm gonna place display boards on top of the basin and the pipes. I'm gonna place panels on the bottom side of the display board with the same deep slate texture. And now I can start to make the walls. I will need 3 like this and 3 like this. Oh yep, sorry, just a mistake. I have to actually extend it with 1 additional set of slabs, like so, and place the buffers like this. Extend these steps too, and now we are back where we were left off. So I will need 4 times 2 set of blocks like this, and I have to go over the display boards. I'm going to do that on both sides like this. I'm gonna put spruce plank beams here. I'm going to place ladders on it with gray locomotive smokebox texture. I'm gonna place panels, and now I can make the wooden pillars. I will need 1 set right next to the display boards and right at the end of the steps. Same thing on the other side and same thing here as well. I am going to place half panels like this, go all the way until the end. Place the half panels on this side of the panels. Place a panel here. Place half panels like I did before. I will texture it with spruce trim, like this, on the top as well. Except this, because this is going to be spruce plank beam. And last but not least, the catwalk railings. Here and here. From this point, I can also encourage you to place any kind of decoration in it that you want to. It really depends on you. You can use cobblestones, gravel, stones, you can use also some ores. It really depends on how you would like to imagine this whole thing, and mainly it depends on what you would like to transport with it. You can transport leaves with it, or you can transport dirt. It does really depend on your imagination. So let's see the +1. So for the +1, here are all the ingredients that you will need for the last time today. And I will need the double and the freight bogies. Let's place them down. I'm gonna place spruce plank beams all the way like this. It's 5 times 3. Place half panels on the bottom side, a simple panel on the middle, and the same thing all around, especially at the back and the front. For the side panels, you have to use this thick inlay deep slate, and for the rest, only this stacked deep slate bricks. I'm gonna do the springs like this. I've placed down one, and from that point I can place as many as I want to. And I'm going to place headstocks on the front and on the back. I will texture the headstocks with gray/locomotive, and the copycat step right next to it is also going to be gray/locomotive. For the springs, I'm going to use gray plated locomotives, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Right now, all I have to do is just to place some temporary blocks around, place copycat half panels. I'm going to place copycat headstock here, a panel here, another headstock here, and half panels all the way along the side. I'm gonna texture it with chisel deep slate, and that's pretty much it. You can also put some ores, some stones, rocks in it, just to make it look like it's a legitimate mining train. But for sure, as for the previous cases, I would like to encourage you to do it for yourself and decide what you would like to build with them. So that was all. I hope you liked it, and thank you so much for checking this video. I am really glad that you made it here, and we have done not a locomotive but some headstocks in the meantime, and I think they look pretty amazing. They are matching, and for sure you can use the name tags to display your names. For schematics, join my Discord. I will post each and every schematics that were requested. As soon as I hit 1000 subscribers, I will for sure post more in the meantime. So if you liked it, don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to press the subscribe button, and see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye bye.